Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer. In today's episode we're finally going to be attempting a little bit of the DLR. I know I said a while back I was going to try and build it, but there were a few stumbling blocks that I wasn't able to overcome at the time, but I've got a few mods now that I think will help me be able to construct a little bit of the DLR. It might not be completely realistic given the scale of the map, but I will give it a good go anyway and see how much of it we can actually build. In the last episode we built the Bromsgrove branch of the Cross City line on Birmingham, which is all finished now. That's Bromsgrove down there. I know we haven't finished the Cross City line completely because we've still got to build the branch to Redditch and the station, but I did say I'd spend three episodes on the Cross City line and then we'd take a look at something else. I don't like to dwell too much on a single line, but obviously I do want to finish it. In between the recording of these two episodes, I've done a little bit of detailing, so I built some warehouses, a few houses, a few more warehouses and some fields, just to kind of give the general feel of the area, because it does, you've got like built up, I guess to about Kings Norton, it's all pretty much built up, and then there's a little bit of kind of rural fields going on, and then we're into Bromsgrove. I said I wasn't going to build Bromsgrove, which I haven't, but I've just built some houses around it, so it actually looks like you're in an urban area once you're on the train. So yeah, that's sort of the feel I'm going for with the Cross City line. I want to completely fully decorate it before I do a cab ride. I know I've been saying that about the Midland Main line as well, that I want to kind of decorate that before I do a cab ride, but yeah, it would be cool just to see what this looks like once it's fully decorated, which I'll try and do a little bit off camera, maybe some speed builds as well, time lapses. So yeah, that's the Cross City line up and running, which is good. We're going to be heading back down to London today to do some of the DLR. This has taken a lot of work before I've even kind of started with the actual construction, because you can see here I've done a lot of painting now. I know the Thames is not in the right place and I know it doesn't look all, but as I always say, the map's not to scale. It's not a one-to-one detailed build. It's just a not sure what the word you'd call it is, but it's just trying to recreate some of the lines. So it's not all going to be super accurate, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can achieve with this anyway. And yeah, let's. Is that the Jubilee line there? It is the Jubilee line. Right, so let's get on and build, shall we? We do have a truck route going through that road, which probably needs to be saved and moved. The only problem is there's nowhere else to put a road in at the minute, because it's just like a spaghetti mess of paint and tracks trying to fit absolutely everything in. So we've got the district line, we've got this line here, and what I wanted to do today was Canning Town and maybe to King George V station. Not sure if we're going to get, what is it called? I did write it down. To Arsenal. Woolwich Arsenal, I think it is. Yeah, so I'll see what we can get done anyway. Yeah, this river really should be around here, because Canning Town is alongside the Thames, but not quite the way it's going to be for this. Yeah, this all looks very... I was hoping to try and get some of the grade separated junction work in, but I don't think I am. Let's just take a look anyway. So buildings first of all, not a road building, an actual station building, that would help. Wants to be raised. Which one is it? Yeah, I can never remember which one it is. Right, so I think for most of the stations they are going to have to be 80 metres, so I think that just means one DLR train. Actually, I think that will have to be 80 metres as well, to be honest. So four tracks. What's that giving us in terms of layout? Can I chair platform roofs? Yes. High speed track. Oh, it's going to have catenary, isn't it, if I use one of these? That's annoying. Height 10. Normal. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have this as a raised station, but I don't think that's going to be achievable. I think we'll just have to go with the UK passenger style, 80 metres long, and kind of stick it there. Is that? Yeah, that's probably all we're going to be able to get away with. I think the Jubilee line station is underneath. I was trying to work it out on Google Maps what was going on. So you've got a raised station, which is the Canning Town station, and then you've got the Jubilee line. It's not in a underground station, it's actually just underneath the Canning Town DLR station, but we're not going to be able to replicate that, I don't think. I've put the UK one down, haven't I? That's important. Let's go, first of all, let's just chuck some tracks in to begin with. Yeah, we're right on top of Stratford as well. Yeah, obviously this run in real life is a lot longer from Stratford to Canning Town. Everything is just a little bit wrong, isn't it, about this? So we've got the 2 DLR tracks, first of all. Let's get those built. And then Stratford is the terminus for the Jubilee line, isn't it? The eastern terminus, rather. We've got... Oh, no, that's fine, because the trains don't reverse at that station. That's all fine. And then we've got... I'm building this wrong anyway. If we're going to be building a station, we may as well build it right. If we're going to build it on the ground, at least, let's just get rid of everything. Just demolish the whole station apart from one platform. All of this... And then we're going to go in with our wireless concrete. So what we've got is 2 island platforms basically on a raised section, and then we've got the Jubilee line, Canning Town station underneath that. But yeah, that's not going to be achievable, I don't think, in this, unfortunately, with this particular scale that we're working with. So we'll have to do something like that. Probably could have raised it a little bit, perhaps. Would that have done anything? Don't think it would have helped really. Let's get these tracks in. So a couple of tracks to about there. Not really worried about the speed. The DLR is not particularly fast, is it? And then just 2 tracks there, which we're building the wrong tracks. Catenary, let's make sure we're building the correct tracks to begin with. And then we'll have these 2 tracks. Now oh right, okie dokie, we're a little bit further north. Yeah, I don't know, just trying to I think this is probably going to have to be a bit shorter and figure. Yeah, and I knew the DLR was going to be a little bit ambitious, so we're only going to be able to have 1 DLR vehicle, which will fit on these little tiny platforms, unfortunately. Yeah, and these tracks are going to have to, if we use CW's tram tracks, this is the first mod that I kind of need in order to get the curves for some of these tracks. So let's curve that round. Yeah, they are going to be, some of these curves are going to be like tortuously slow, as long as they don't look, yeah, it's when you start building rails to a certain angle, they do start to look a little bit rubbish. But yeah, it's gonna have to be there, I think. But what we'll have is this curving round and actually going up as it curves round. I guess I could move this track a little bit over this way. It's not the end of the world. Let's just have this going up like so, and then connect that into there, and the curve just about passable. And then from there, we're just kind of on the level. 0 height bridge. Now and I've played around with this. I just need to remember which track I used, or bridge, concrete bridge, no pillars, pedestrian, that's pedestrian, glass, no, just have to remember which one it is with this. That one, yeah, that one with no handrails, because well, not handrails, but the guardrails on either side, they look a little bit funny when you start to do tight curves. So we'll curve that roundish, maybe even a bit more. 16 miles per hour, that's very slow. Yeah, so what I'm going to have is pretty much the whole of the DLR just like raised. I know there's bits that are on the ground, there's bits that are raised on viaducts, but most of it will just be raised up like this using 0 height bridge. Use the lowest possible viaduct. Yeah, I think that actually works quite well. Right, so we're using the tram tracks. Then what we can do, so we've used the tram tracks to get the really tight curves that we need, and then what we can do is we can upgrade it to the wireless, because the DLR is 3rd or 4th rail, isn't it? So we want the wireless track. Doesn't look awful, I don't think. Let's just take a look at that curve. Oh no, I've changed the bridge. Yeah, it'll do. It is going to look a little bit like a roller coaster, but it should be all right. Right, next thing is this thing here. This thing. We'll go back to CW's tracks again. I think what we're going to have to do is the Jubilee line is just going to have to go into an underground station, because it's not going to fit, no matter what we do. So yeah, that'll go straight into a tunnel, whereas you can see here where I've done my painting, the Jubilee line kind of comes to the surface and then goes into a tunnel under the Thames, but that's not going to happen. No, there's just not enough space. Now the next thing is, I am procrastinating a little bit, because the next bit is this grade separated junction, which I'm not looking forward to trying to build. Right, so first of all, let's do, this is the branch that we want, so this, and that is that branch there. That really was a clear explanation of what I'm trying to do. Right, so this one we'll just have from these 2 platforms here on the ground, going towards, yeah, going that way, that's fine. And then just bring another piece of track. Actually, I've got 0 height still on, so this wants to be on the ground for now. So 0 height off, bit of track, nothing too complicated so far. Let's maybe put it in a little bit of a cutting. Can I press N? Just lower it down ever so slightly, and I think I'll just curve that right off towards the station, the King George, what did I say? King George 5th station, something a bit like that. Right, so far so good, he says. Yeah, this isn't Right, so you want to start raising up. No, that's not going to... Even with zero height bridge, I don't think the DLR train would clear that, would it? Why does that look like it's... Oh no, it's because we're using these tracks, isn't it? Right. So I could get away with a bridge about here, I think. Or should I use a box? Maybe if I try and use a box. Let's get rid of all of this. Because what we can do is we can do build anyway. Right, so if we get the tracks in that we need, so let's just have a look. I mean, I can curve this in a little bit, so maybe a little bit further just to give us a fighting chance. You actually need to be on the level as well in order for the box to work, otherwise it looks rubbish. That doesn't look flat, does it? It looks like it's a ski jump. That doesn't look flat at all. Right, let's get those in and then delete these tracks. Put those back in and it looks a little bit flatter. And then we'll go with track construction. We'll have a little tiny box. Height of the tunnel 6, as low as we can get it. 5, 6, no 6 is as low as we can get it, so it's new. We want more concrete wireless, 320k, something a bit like that. Hopefully the DLR trains will get underneath that. But what we need to do is upper track radius. Is that doing anything? Not really. Let's chuck it in. So if we do that, build anyway, and see what this track looks like. It's gonna be, I mean, 12. Yeah, it is. It has started to go a bit angular, but I think that's probably as low as we're gonna get, isn't it? And then we do right. So you're going off to where we want to build. So I'll put you in. I'll construct you for now, like so, and then you want to go off in that sort of direction. So we'll put zero height bridge back on briefly, and then you can go off. Do your thing over in that direction. Good. Right, so next thing is we need another one of them. Yeah, another really descriptive thing there. Oh, that's not looking too bad. So what we need basically is for the trains coming from Stratford to be able to get onto the branch which is going to Beckton, basically. So this needs... That's the Beckton branch. We need another piece of track going underneath there. I mean, I can always move the Thames a little bit, so I think what I'll do, get rid of you for now. Get rid of you. Have you coming out of here on the flat to about there. Maybe, yeah, just a little bit further out, and then I'll probably look at rejigging the Thames again, because the amount of times I've rejigged the Thames. May as well keep you on this zero height bridge for now. I'm not really worried too much about it. So what we need is... Yeah, this is really... I knew this was going to be difficult, but it really is challenging trying to fit this in. So first things first, this track, these two tracks here go over that line. You're going off towards that branch there. Let's just work this out. Yeah, painting on the ground is all well and good, but once you start to come in with the junctions and things, it doesn't really tell you which is which. And then we need another pair of tracks coming off going towards there, Beckton. We need another one from here. So these two tracks go over towards Beckton. So let's put our box in first of all. So get rid of you, and then this track as well wants to spread off and go underneath and join the Beckton branch. Yeah, so let's go in with a track construction, lower tracks 3. Can I change that curve? No, that curve is as curvy as it's going to be. Maybe if I do a little bit of radius on the bottom. Go on, join them. Why aren't you joining anymore? Right, and then we hold the mouse wheel and go build anyway. Something a bit like that ish. Right, so get you hooked up to there, and then get you hooked up into that bit there. Right, so I think it's not quite accurate. Collision, build anyway, and then this is probably going to be quite... I think that's probably even worse than it was before, is it? Yeah, that's very segmented. Don't think I can do anything about it really. I think either way it's going to be pretty ugly. I mean, I was thinking I was probably just going to do flat junctions everywhere just to make my life a lot easier, but I am trying. It doesn't look as bad actually. It's still a little bit, you can see where it's, the splines are, but I think I will take that for now. Right, so this track here wants to run off, and this is where it pretty much stays on viaducts. This is starting to look a little bit more like we're drawing now, and then you can run off alongside the dock. No, maybe straight, and then something a bit like that. Just keeping it on the flat on this viaduct. Something like that. Right, next we want a little stub of a junction coming off here. Just make sure it's perfectly level with that. Build anyway, and then this wants to join up, so we want another little stub. Hopefully that's gonna let us build it. It does, but it's on land. That's frustrating. Can I build a junction wise? I don't know. Yeah, that junction is gonna have to be on the ground. That's the only thing when you use the build with collision mod, it doesn't kind of use the zero height bridge. You get what I mean? It just puts the ground in. So if I go build anyway, the zero height bridge mod doesn't kick in. It's a little bit annoying. And then that into there. There's a little bit of a unnecessary, or is there? Is it? No, yeah, there's a little bit of a roller coastery type thing going on there, but I think I'll take it. Then another junction coming off here. Make sure it's on the flat. Just build your stub. Build anyway, and then double. Ooh, right, okie dokie. Double grade separation that's going on. It's a very, very technical term. Right, so we got these two tracks. These two tracks do go to King George over here for now ish, and then this track here, which was from that one, what that wants to go towards. No, that should. Oh, right, okie dokie. What? So, just trying to figure this out. This is all very complicated, as you can tell. Alright, get rid of all this. We've got a collision which isn't allowing us to demolish the structure, which is annoying. Right, so you want to go into that one. I want to get rid of you. Okay, and then this wants to cross flat across that. It's not, this isn't how it is in real life, but I think it's the only way I'm going to get this to work. And then this comes off just completely on the flat, and then you just join up with you like that. Yeah, at this point I'm not worried about the zero height bridge mod being on, although with me using build anyway, it's doing that. So this wants to come round onto that. That's going to be tight. 12, yeah, I think 12 is where it starts to look really rubbish. If I do 14, 13, 14, it still doesn't look great, but it doesn't look as bad. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just move this junction a little bit. Bulldoze anyway, that's handy. Right, so we want probably a stub here, I guess. So it's about there, and then just eyeball that just to make sure it's kind of flat with that. Can I bring this in a little bit more? Build anyway, and then we've ended up with a 15 on that. That's not too bad, I'll take that. And then we want another little stub coming off there, just again eyeball it just to make sure it's level, make sure we've got no ballast coming over the track. Fine. Well, having said that, oh, that's annoying. Speed are we doing? 15. Very, very messy, but I think actually I'm not displeased with that. I don't think, considering what we've had to try and squeeze into such a small area, I'm actually relatively pleased with that. I'll take it. I'll take that all day. Right, and then just kind of curve this on. Yeah, the thing where I was saying that's a bit frustrating is because I think the DLR is pretty much all not ballasted, is all pretty much slab track. But obviously with using the concrete wireless, that you can't have slab track and concrete wireless. Upgrade anyway. Just let me upgrade all of this, please. Upgrade anyway. Upgrade anyway. Now, the only thing I hope is that the trains are actually going to be able to use this. Now, these This pair of tracks want to be able to go to Beckton as well. Don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, the DLR is just crazy, it really is. I mean, I know because we're working, with the constraints of the scale, but even like in real life, when you just look at some of the DLR structures, they just are crazy. Just how much stuff has been constructed. These two pair of tracks go off that way, but they also want to connect up with that, which just isn't going to, it is not going to happen, as we have an autosave. Now there might be one possible way I can make this work. Let's give it a go. So if I try and build a junction, what's that looking like? Passable, possibly. Build anyway. Let's upgrade it. And so we've got no ballast coming over the top, have we? We've got a little bit of the viaduct concrete bridge going through, but it's not going up above the rail. So we've got that into there, which is fine. Again, the only thing is this isn't accurate to how it is in real life. That's my only thing with that. I'm just trying to picture this and trying to make it work in my head. Right, so if we have another junction, I mean, it's not the end of the world, to be honest, but it'd just be nice to have all of the services operating to where they need to operate. This would have just been so much easier if I'd just done a simple flat junction, wouldn't it? But where's the fun in that? Right, let's just let me have a piece of track. Yeah, it's not even just a piece of track. Nothing too complicated. Okay, right. Lift you up, build anyway, and then just connect those to too much slope, build anyway. And that's just, why have you built a wild? Oh, because that's actually an actual bridge. That one, build anyway. Yes, a little bit interesting. I guess it's possibly passable. It is very much a roller coaster, but it does everything that this junction does, that the real life junction does. Right, I think what I'll do next is build a station. So this will be a little 40-meter long station, tracks 1, a little bit underground, a lot underground. Is it a little, where's my drawing? Little island station. Should I go for 80? But no, I think I could get away with an 80-meter long station there, but the only thing I'm thinking is Canary Wharf, I want to build that, but as you can see here, we haven't got the space. I mean, possibly I could build an 80-meter long station across the water. Oh no, you're 40 metres anyway. Yeah, we're sticking with 40 metre long stations. Right, okay, build that into there. About there, because what I wanted to achieve at the end of this episode is to have a DLR train running on it, so that's what we're going to try and achieve. Right, you're an little island platform, tiny little station, and then we want some tracks. I don't think, right, no we don't, we want track construction, we want tunnel, length 40 metres, and you're still too close. I don't want the trains to go underwater. Right, let's move you back a little bit. Maybe if I'd built this first, and that probably would have been better, wouldn't it? So we need underground. Oh no, that's just a curve. Don't need a curve on it. And now I can't have anything. Can I type in there? No, I don't want a curve on it. I don't want any. Right, okay, we're having a curve. Can I select the track? Concrete wireless. Ground track on left. What does that mean? Oh no, that's ground track. Electrified tracks, yes. Number of tracks, 2. Underground pre-adjustment, 100%. Don't know what that does. And then we have to use the mouse wheel. Build anyway. And then, that's another thing as well that's a little bit frustrating, is the tracks. So I've got that new high-speed tunnel lining, which is like a more modern concrete tunnel, which obviously the DLR tunnels will be because they're new, relatively new structures, but also the concrete wireless. You can't have the two, which is a little bit frustrating, but never mind. Right, the zero height bridge is on. We want to put our little station back about there. Let's just take a look. Want to be in the middle of those two tracks, don't we? No, we don't want to snap to them. We just want to be in the middle of them, a bit like that. Configure, wireless track, get rid of you want to be a wireless track, and then I want to get some tracks in to there, snap. Okay then, let's try and use CW's tram tracks. Is that going to let me snap? Just no. Alright then, let's the building maybe over here. It is getting a little bit further away than I want it to be. Okie dokie, maybe if we get rid of that, and this one, instead of being King George, will just be Silvertown over here. Yeah, I do know there's London City Airport as well to think of, but that ain't happening with that, is it? Definitely not. So yeah, we're just gonna have to ignore the fact that that exists and have Silvertown, West Silvertown station instead, which actually has the platforms on either side, which is unusual. Right, so 2, we'll have it raised up a little bit. I mean, I couldn't, no, let's just use these. Have you about there, and then I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of, no, but bulldoze anyway. Get that track connected up to there. Have I got zero height turned? Oh, no, zero height is on. Okay, let's try. I am on CW's tracks actually. Right, so we've got that. Right, okay, get rid of you. You're just causing issues. Build you for now. Construction not possible. Yes, it is. Why is construction not possible? Yeah, because the two tracks are interfacing with each other. Fine. I don't know. Why are you being awkward? Yep, no issues there. You're all interfacing fine, and then we'll upgrade this track to the 320 like so. And then can we just get you? No, construction not possible now. Oh, come on. Just want a little tiny junction, little switch, nothing too complicated. Maybe if I use CW's tracks, will that let me build that? It will actually. Oh, that's better. I'm pretty sure I used CW's tracks for those junctions over there before. Maybe that's just a little bit more forgiving. Right, okie dokie, that's all happy days. Right, okay, let's upgrade this again to wireless. You should be wireless track, and then you should just connect straight into there with no issues. No, no, it's not. It's still not happy. Right, maybe CW's tracks. That's really weird. Right, so if I just raise you up a little bit, I don't know why you're curving off, to be fair. Just want almost like a bit of a ski jump. Just connect. Don't know why it's being. Come on, you can clearly see there is a way to get onto that. Maybe if. Okay, get rid of you. Get this track in. Too much. Yes, I know there's too much slope. I'm not really worried about that, to be fair. Build anyway. It's refusing to snap, isn't it? It's like, no, there's too much slope, so I'm not going to snap. You're not allowed. I really don't understand why it's been so finicky, to be fair. Just snap. I didn't think this was going to be the most difficult thing I did today. It's just really not happy. Yeah, no matter where I build this, it's going to be too much slope, so it's just not going to let me snap. And obviously it needs to snap in order to get the station. Right, so let's build that anyway. Building, chuck you on there. No, I don't want to. Oh, it's deleting the whole thing. Right, track. It's letting us put a little tiny piece of track in. That's fine, I'll take it. And then rebuild this. Connect it up. Zero height bridge is on. It's all good. Let's see if it'll let us upgrade this. Upgrade. Good, so that was a little bit challenging. So you want to be West Silvertown, and you want to be Canning Town, and then yeah, the Jubilee line station will be underneath that. Right, so let's just build now a little station Building, no, definitely want to underground station. Radius, don't need a radius. Platform height, we'll raise the platform up. Oh no, that's platform length. So we'll go with 80, platform height 700 for 760mm, I think is the British standard. Wall pattern, let's have something like floor pattern, we'll have that one. Track type, yeah, wireless, good. Electrified, yes. One width 10. Let's just take a look at it. I'm not really like massively worried about this station. This is just going to be the place for the trains to terminate, which I think is definitely an underground station. Just chuck that in there. And then building street construction, width, yes. Concrete. I'll just build this over here for now. I might eventually have passengers coming in and out, but just for now that's just there so we know it's there. And what station is it? Woolwich Arsenal station. Good. Right, track. We should just be able to use this one now, but yeah, as I was saying before, it's not going to be great with the tunnel lining unfortunately, but we happen to use the wireless tracks, and we need to see if we can get a tunnel underneath the Thames, which we can't. A little bit of a tunnel there. Is that a tunnel? That's a tunnel, but that isn't. That is not a tunnel. Maybe if we just bring this over here a little bit. I have to rejig the Thames again. The amount of times I've had to rebuild the Thames is just it's getting crazy now. How shallow can this be and still be navigable by boats? There's a tunnel. There's a tunnel with a funny little thing going on there. Let's build anyway. It's doing the same thing, isn't it? It's like, nope, we're not going to let you. I'm not going to let you snap because you've built anyway. Really don't understand why it's so finicky actually. Right, I think what I'll do. No, I can't do that actually. Right, let's raise the bed of the Thames. Maybe if we unpause the game, let's just see. I mean, it's still going. Let's check the lines. The lines are still a thing. That's good. It still appears to be navigable. Right. I don't think this is ever going to work, is it, actually? Yeah, I really can't see a way of making this work, which is a little bit frustrating, because it just doesn't want to snap to that. Can't even build it in, like, little tiny short sections. It's just like, nope. Yeah, I don't know. I am stumped. Because have I built shorter ones of these before and they've worked, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Right, let's go track construction. That's one of these. Crossing angle, nope, not one of them, one of them. If we make it a little bit longer maybe. Is it the fact that I did build anyway? That's in the Thames, definitely. Right, let's flatten some of this off a bit more and then see if it's a little bit more forgiving. Too much slope. Yeah, it's just not happy at all. Oh, that's letting me build that anyway. Okie dokie, good. Right, let's get this all hooked up now. Woolwich Arsenal is facing the wrong way. This wants to curve round, stay on underground. And then back to building this. Let's build a track on the flat. Yeah, just checking Woolwich Arsenal does actually have 2 platforms. I think it does have 2. Are you snapping onto there? You look like you are. Good. Street. Hopefully that's saved all my settings from previously. Just chuck you in there. Yep, good. And then get this track hooked up. Build anyway. A diamond crossing in a tunnel. not in a tunnel. Right. Okay. Are we not deep? I think what I'll do is that still a tunnel? No, is the answer to that. Right, okay. Oh dear. This was just supposed to be the easy bit. What I'll do is have this a little bit deeper. So if you start to come down a little bit about there, and then what I'll do is hopefully this should work then. So you want to be completely flat and completely straight to about there. Have a little bit of track coming off. Again, completely flat and completely straight. Put my station in, just hope it snaps. Put the track in first of all. Get rid of you. Build anyway. And then diamond crossing. Oh, it's... what? Why? I don't know why you're doing that all of a sudden. You can build diamond crossing. Well, not even the diamond crossing. That was just one switch, wasn't it? And it's just like, nope. It's not even a case of build anyway. It's literally, what is going on now? It doesn't seem to matter how deep I build that, and it's just gone mad. Maybe it's something to do with the wireless track. Let's try this. Catenary, yes. Okay, so you straight into there. A little bit of straight track. Little bit of track. Perhaps if we build this first of all. Right, okay, you into there. Build anyway. That's fine. Maybe it is because we've selected build anyway. Nope, well that's worked. Another. Now let's see if done it again. Maybe it's something to do with because I'm clicking build anyway on that. So we'll go wireless to about there. Right. Upgrade or downgrade you to that. Build that and then switch. No. Okie dokie. Right, so back to standard track, upgrade, chuck that in there, and then a switch. No. Good. Right, I don't understand why that's happening. And we're definitely deep enough. Let's do a little experiment before I move on. Right, so really deep. We're using standard tracks. We're not using any modded tracks. That's really weird. I've built plenty of junctions underground before, and that's never happened. And that really is deep, so I don't know what the issue is there. That is a little bit frustrating. But, right, okie dokie. What I'm going to have to do then is fudge it for a little bit. Right, so I'll use CW's tracks to get a nice tight curve, and now all of a sudden you're not underground anymore. Good. Right, stay on the flat, and then just straight... Oh no, maybe maybe do that in 2 little bits. That was a bit too... asking a little bit too much. Right, so next thing is we want this wireless upgrade, 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 upgrade. Like so. You're not... You are... Yeah, you're the Stratford tracks. Oh, you should all be wireless. Just make sure it's all wireless. It looks like it, so let's try and put on a line. So we've got Stratford International, Stratford, Canning Town, and then Silvertown, Shenfield Sidings, and then back again, and that should all work. Should all work with no issue, should it? Yeah. Let's go terminals. You want to be on number 3 on 4, and it's not happy. Why are you not happy? You want to be... Have I got to change you all manually, have I? One. Why is it going all bi-directional? Okie dokie. Signalling. I think we'll use these ETCS block signals. Let's try and signal the stations and things. Maybe then it'll sort itself out. So you are a... What are you? A down, aren't you? You're a down. And then similarly, you want to be an up-down. Are you supported on anything, or are you just floating in midair? You're floating in midair. Let's see what that's done to the route. It's... should be all... fine. Right, okay, let's just switch you on to platform number 2. That should sort that problem out. Still an issue of cannot connect to all stations. Let's press the spanner. Right, so you're connected to all stations now. Good, I think. It's not pretty. It's definitely not pretty, but it will do the job for now. Right, so track, just get a... Well, that's in the river. No, we don't want to be there. Maybe over here. Nope, not there either. Maybe if I try and use CW's tracks, it'll let us build a little... I just need a little tiny junction. It's not just a junction. Right, let's build you anyway. It doesn't really matter what that looks like. I will delete it almost immediately. All I want is a depot. There is actually a depot around here by the looks of it, but yeah, that's not going to fit in that space there. So we've got electric multiple units, the little teeny weeny DLR things. DLR, that one. Add. Let's do 4 of them for now. Put on maintenance and then release them into the wild. Unable to stop missing electric track. Configure. Okie dokie. Tools. Upgrade. I'm pretty sure for Canning Town I did use... Oh, is it these ones here? Oh, don't make me do this, because what this means is I'm going to have to demolish the track, aren't I? Right. So wireless. Oh no. Oh, that's interesting. That tunnel portal is... Oh yeah, the tunnel portal's fine, isn't it? We can still use the modern tunnel portals. It's the actual tunnel lining we can't use. Right, configure. Yeah, I wish you could delete the track of the station without having to delete the track that's linked to it. Collision. Right, you into there. And then I've got to try and get these connected up somehow. Good. Right, let's try that again. Nope, something's still not electrified. I can't rebuild Canning Town. It's just not physically possible. Right, maybe it was just that little stub into the depot, hopefully. Please, no, unable to find path, missing electric tracks. There isn't. The only problem with when you're using wireless is there's no way to know if you've used the correct tracks or not, isn't there? Did I? Maybe, yeah, they're electrified. Oh yeah, I couldn't upgrade those because I used the NL as the base station, so that will have to be fixed at some point. Let's just make sure all of the... I really don't want to have to rebuild Canning Town. Definitely selected the right tracks for those. Did I selected the right tracks for the tunnels? Just doesn't tell you. Right, let's quickly try and rebuild Canning Town. I don't think this is going to be much fun though. Okie dokie, so Canning Town has been rebuilt. Well, why are you all broken? Fix yourself. Let's try this again. Path's been found. But yeah, you're electric. Just scan. I think... Pretty sure that was electric. I've rebuilt that, haven't I? That's still electrified. That's electrified. That's electrified so we can see the catenary. That I'm pretty sure I did as electric as well. Let's just take track construction. The station I built, building, underground. Pretty sure I selected concrete electrified tracks. Yes, so that's all should be good. Maybe it's this. Oh, I don't want to delete those tracks because that took... Oh, no, what we'll do is we will... No, we can't do that. See, those tracks are electrified because you can see the catenary. Track construction, tunnel... Did I select electrify, concrete wireless? That's all fine. There is a path into there. That's... I don't know. Well, that's kind of spoiled that, hasn't it? That's really frustrating. I don't know what isn't electrified. I'm just having a quick peek. Make sure there's no tiny little red bits. No, there's a... Let's just check the route. It's going around the loop. That's fine. The loop is electrified. Track is the correct type of track. I'm at a loss. I think what I'll do is I'll have a little bit of an experiment, or a little bit of a look more at this, and then if I have managed to figure it out, I think the outro will be a DLR train, because I really did want to run a DLR train at the end of this episode. That was kind of my main ambition, but unfortunately I'm going to have to leave it there for today. Have a little play around, and say until next time, bye bye.